All right. Hey guys. Sorry, I thought about going into a Matthew McConaughey impression, and then I was like, no.
I saw that and I was like, I'm not gonna acknowledge it. So hello guys.
We'll talk about him later.
Howdy.
What's up?
I'm Mo.
I'm Christine.
And let's start the show. I should say my name first more often. I can rhyme more things.
Look at this, guys. She's realizing she likes doing intros.
I didn't say all that, but I feel like, there's a lot we could rhyme with Mo.
I'm going to put down in the comments. I'm going to pin this. And
No.
I'm gonna say, Don't do what you're doing.
Don't do what you're doing. Everything is fine the way it is. No. You know how we had that poll where it says, am I Jim or Dwight? And obviously I'm Jim. But right now I'm channeling my inner...
I was about to say, you're acting like Dwight right now.
I
honestly think we're both Dwight, but it's fine.
I'm channeling my inner Steve Carell right now. Please, no. God, no.
All right, let me do the intro.
No, I don't trust you. The intro.
Then do it.
The intro's here. We're here. We're Ruby's Digest. We said hello. We said welcome to the show. And that's that. I made a joke, and now we're ready to go. We're here to do our TBR for the month of June. We have a lot planned. That's it. That's the intro.
Your anxiety coming out in your voice is so...
It's not anxiety. I just would prefer things to stay the same. And I know what you're going to do to me, and it's not fair. So please.
Let's deep dive into that. How is it not fair?
We don't need to deep dive. Everything is right.
Great. I'm going to put a comment down below.
Please,
if enough people like this comment, as in, let's just say more than 20 people, we're going to have Monique do the intro for the next 4 videos.
That's insanity.
The people want what the people want, and they want you, Monique, so shut up and do it.
That's not how it works.
The people have spoken.
Y'all, if y'all love me, you can also dislike. And that's also counts as,
Let's look at it this way. You guys hear me all the time.
You can also dislike, and
4 videos.
You can prove yourselves in support of me.
They're going to support you by listening to you. Either way, I win, I feel. So, Anyway, if you guys couldn't tell, today we're going to be talking about our June TBR. June's a fun month. I'm really amped, okay? It's my birthday month. We're doing a fun readathon. We have some other read-alongs, buddy reads, readathons that we're going to be participating in.
Let's get started.
Oh, come on. Quit moping. Getting on my nerves.
I'm not moping. What was I going to do? I have no elasticity.
I didn't want to pinch you, but I wanted to let you know that I wanted to pinch you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you go like this to me and you're like, ah! But you don't actually punch me in the face. That's exactly what that was.
Got it. Love.
Peace and blessings, baby.
Got it.
Let's get started. Bum, bum,
da 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 da,
bum, bum,
da.
So, as you guys may have already guessed, we are going to be participating in the Studio Ghibli Readathon, which we are also hosting in the month of June. So this is a month-long readathon. I'm going to link our announcement video up in the cards. So if you guys want the full spiel, go ahead and click that. Long story short, all of the hosts are picking 3 prompts from a movie of their choice from Studio Ghibli. And based on the prompts, we're going to be reading books that coincide with that. And yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That was
pretty simple.
Try to make it short, short and sweet, baby. So I picked Howl's Moving Castle.
And I picked Kikis.
So for Howl's Moving Castle, I have 3 prompts for that. One is going to be an unconventional love. I am doing a reread of Blood and Chocolate. If you guys are fantasy people, this is a story about a werewolf woman and a human falling in love, and it doesn't get much more unconventional than that, and I'm excited for a reread. So I'm going to be reading that for unconventional love interest. The next prompt for Howl's Moving Castle is going to be a flamboyant main character. I chose Her Royal Highness, which is on rec from Jess from Books Past Bedtime. The gist of it is there is a girl who goes to boarding school in Ireland, I think, and she ends up being in the same dorm room or like room as this like flamboyant kind of like in your face young woman who ends up, I believe, being a royal of some sort. I don't think it's England. I'm not sure. But I checked with Jess and I was like, is this a flamboyant main character? And she said yes. So that is what I am doing for that prompt. It is a sapphic romance and yeah, it's just gonna be a fun time. And then for prompt number 3, which is the fiery / spicy main character, I am doing Empire of Gold, which is the 3rd book in the City of Brass trilogy. And y'all, if y'all don't know, my man's Dara, he is the spiciest, fieriest character ever, and he is going to be featured in this 3rd book. No spoilers, I promise. But I'm also doing this as a channel read for Books with V. She has a channel read every month, and this is going to also be for that as well. So I'm kind of doing two birds with one stone there. I really don't know what's going to happen in Empire of Gold because so much stuff happened in the last 2 books, but y'all know I couldn't go this whole time without a true fantasy series in my TBR. So that is what I'm going to be doing for the house prompts.
Nice. And then for me, I'm doing Kikis delivery service. And for the first prompt, it is a book that focuses on mental health. So I decided to do We Are the Brennans. I think some like accident happens where the main character has to like go back home and like kind of explore kind of the things that she did in her past. So I'm getting a vibe that, she's going to have to figure out, her coping mechanisms and mental health. So
work on mental health.
Yeah, so that is pretty much what this book is about. My next prompt is to do a book that has been on your TBR for a long time. And I will be doing In the Woods. I always want to say Into the Woods.
Into the Woods.
Like, is it Into the Woods? It's In the Woods by Tana French. It's the first in her like Dublin murder.
This is literally going to be your thing. I already know.
And yes, Christine's cousin has been telling me to read it for a minute. And I was like, this is literally the time to do it. So let's see. I want to like make sure I get it right. So it's a Dublin suburb in the summer of 1984. Mothers begin to call their children home. But on this warm evening, 3 children do not return back from the woods. And when the police come, they find... Oh my gosh, they find the children gripping the tree trunk in terror, wearing a blood-filled sneakers and unable to remember any details of the previous hours. And then it like flashes to 20 years later. So I am... I already know.
I'm sorry, I just think it's so funny that you really didn't know till you knew, and then you were like, whoa.
This is gonna be a wild ride.
Yeah, so I think you're gonna like that one.
Definitely be keeping you updated on that. And then finally, because Kiki is our resident, magician.
Go to bed.
Because Kiki is our resident witch, I had to do a witchy book. So I will be reading The Monarchs, which is the sequel to The Ravens.
Or NetGalley arc.
Yes,
in case you guys are like, when did that come out?
An E-arc. So I'm excited because I need to know what happened.
I know, dude. The Ravens was so good.
So yes, I will be reading The Monarchs. And yeah, so those are my 3 prompts for Kikis.
As well as the house prompts, I am going to try and read 1 book from each prompt. Low-key, I'm going to try and black out the board, but I'm not giving y'all all those books, okay? I'm just going to give y'all all the ones from each of the prompts, and then at the wrap-up, y'all will see if I, failed or
You're doing
succeeded.
A book for each prompt of the board? Because, okay... I will not be attempting that strategy. I have the books I know I'm going to read.
It's okay. There are 2 ways to black out the board. Obviously, you can be a sociopath like me and do 1 book per prompt, or you can do multiple books for multiple prompts. one book from multiple prompts, excuse me.
Yeah.
Let me say that the
You
right
can
way.
double up some places.
Yeah, you can double up some places. But for this TBR video, I'm just going to tell you guys one book from each of the movies, you know, a prompt from each of the movies. Let's get into that list. So for the first one that I have is going to be Kikis, the At Long Last TBR prompt. I'm going to be reading Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. This, I know it's so random, but I got this a long time ago, and my friend James, he's a fellow actor, he was like, this book is so good. And it basically just goes into like Matthew McConaughey's life and like starting with acting and kind of, you know, what he's been doing and stuff like that. So I'm really interested. I read a kind of like similar storyline, like how an actor got started from Jenna Fisher a while back, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm interested to see what Mr. McConaughey has to say.
Okay.
About this one.
Yeah.
So the next prompt that I'm going to be doing is for Ponyo. It is the book with a healthy parental relationship. I'm going to be reading Red, White, and Royal Blue because of the character Alex and his mom. That is going to be the at least one healthy parental relationship. So I'm hoping that that works for that prompt. That's where I'm going with that. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Yes. The next prompt that I'm going to be doing is for Totoro. Did I just say that weird? Totoro?
You said Totoro.
Totoro? I'm sorry, my dog's name is Toto, and now I'm like, what am I doing?
Totoro, I thought.
Totoro. Anyway, yeah, the prompt for that is going to be the missing persons prompt. So I am going to be reading The Queen of Nothing, and this is quite literally, she is the missing person, Jude. So if you know, no more spoilers than that, but I'm also going to be reading this for the Cruel Prince read-along, which I'm hosting with Nicole Lee, who is also in the Studio Ghibli Readathon with us. This is going to be the last book in that trilogy, and we'll talk about it at the end of June. So I'm really excited because the last book really left us on a cliffhanger, and not like one where you're like, man, that was a cliffhanger. It was like, man, I need to read the next book immediately. I need to know what happened. And also, funny enough, my friend Jess from Books Past Bedtime was reading the second book, finished it, and then she was like, F this, I need to know what happens, and started immediately reading Queen of Nothing. She was like, I can't wait. I'm so sorry. She's already in the Discord, and we're all like, we're a month behind you, girl. So, anyway, I'm gonna be reading The Queen of Nothing. So the next prompt that I'm going to be doing is the prompt for Castle in the Sky. It's the AI/robots prompt. I'm going to be reading Warcross by Marie Lu.
Ooh.
Essentially, I believe there is a hacker, and it's kind of like Ready Player One in the way of everybody kind of gets loaded into a gaming system, I believe. This follows a female hacker or maybe a female bounty hunter, let me get it right, who has to go and find a specific person. And that's really all I know about this one. I know that Noelle has read this, really liked it. I feel like Rachel has also read this as well, but don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But I do know that this author is really great. Everybody loves him. So that is what I'm going to be reading for that prompt.
Nice. And for that prompt, I'm going to be reading Red Rising. I will be doing a buddy read with Annie. I will be linking her channel down below as well.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, when I picture this book, I don't know, but I just am picturing somebody in like a high-tech building on Mars climbing to the top somewhere. And I don't know what the book's about. I know he has to compete to get somewhere. And I know it's sad. I know it's some tragedy because I've heard her screaming and being like, God, no, So I have very, very limited knowledge. I know everyone raves about it. And I know that he's trying to fight for the people. But that's about it. I don't know how he does it. And that's fine with me.
There are definitely robots in...
I hope so. I'm assuming on Mars they have to have some sort of technology that allows them to live. And I would assume...
It's like an interesting mix, Red Rising. It's like, they're basically like Greek culture, but like dystopian Mars.
Okay. Well, I would assume they had technology.
They
if
do
not,
have technology.
I will move it to another square.
They do. They do have technology, but like,
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'll see. Okay, cool. And so the next prompt that I'm going to be doing is Up on Poppy Hill, the competition prompt. And y'all know We've seen it before, we read it before, but we recently went to the mountains for a little trip and we did a reel, like a Hunger Games reel. And it just really put we watched the Hunger Games movie, it just really put it in my mind. So I really want to reread this trilogy. So I'm going to start with the Hunger Games, which I really love. So I'm going to be doing a reread. If y'all don't know what this is, it's interesting that you just talked about Red Rising because they're basically the same premise. You know, the main character has to go into a competition for their life, and it's a competition to the death.
Oh, no.
So that's what Hunger Games is about. Sprinkle in a little bit of spice and romance. And that's what you got there. So yeah. YA. Whereas Red Rising is definitely adult sci-fi.
Got it.
So, yeah. I'll continue on. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to be reading is a book that I loved in childhood, which is going to be for the Spirited Away prompt, and that is The Silver Kiss. This is also by Annette Curtis Claus, which, as you guys may have noticed, is the author of Blood and Chocolate. This was basically the first fantasy book that I ever read, ever. This brought me into like magical, like realism, creature fantasy, like all that kind of stuff. But it's about a vampire named Simon and a young girl named Zoe, and Zoe is dealing with like grief and loss, and she meets this guy, and it's basically the OG Twilight.
What's the age for this?
So YA.
Oh, okay.
I know the front looks
weird. It looks very small for it to be a YA book.
Yeah, I think it actually started off as a short
grade?
story.
Oh, short.
And I believe this is her first book, so I think that's why it's also so tiny.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it back then. It made me literally fall in love with tall, light-haired, vampiric men, and I have never been the same since.
Okay.
So, last but not least, for the books that I'm going to be doing for our Studio Ghibli Readathon, this is going to be for the Wind Rises movie. The prompt is a book with dreams. It's technically dreams, flight, basically however you interpret this prompt. But I'm going to be reading Beach Read. I'm super excited. It's gonna be fun. And I believe the way that I'm applying this to the prompt is, they both dream of being successful writers. So I'm gonna read it.
I love this book so much.
This is why this mucks me up so bad, but like I literally thought this was gonna be my ocean prompt one. But then you told me it's at a lake.
Yeah.
But it's deceiving because the front, don't they look like they're on a beach?
But a beach is a side of a shore. Like, it's not always gotta be, a beach doesn't have to be a body. It's just a body of water. It doesn't have to be an ocean.
Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be reading for that prompt. And yeah.
You fighting for Emily.
I know. I mean, I think I'm going to love it. I think it's going to be great. I think it'll be fantastic.
You listed all the prompts?
Yeah, I'm not doing, I said this in the thing, but I said I'm not going to list every single book that I'm going to try and read. I'm just going to do one from each.
Okay, let me get my picture back up. Okay, so for me, I had a different strategy. I've already listed the 3 that I'm doing for Kikis, and the way that the bingo board is set up, the 2 lines I chose had all my prompts in it. So then I was like, well, I'll try and do a little bit more than I said I will do to make everyone happy.
We love it.
So I will be doing a book with a colorful cover. I'm not sure what movie it's for, but this is a colorful cover.
I think Wind Rises.
Wind Rises. I've been wanting to read this for a while. It is called The Vanishing Half by Britt.
You do this every time you talk about this book. This is so funny.
Because I think it's Brent by Britt Bennett. It's just about 2 sisters that are like twins, but one
is white passing and one's not.
Yeah.
And how their lives differ.
Pretty much.
Because of that.
Yes. Great drama. And then next I will be doing, let's see, there's free space, then a book featuring ocean. I'm going to be reading, I'm hoping this is an ocean, we'll see, but I'll be reading this book with my mother next month. I'm doing a buddy read with Mom, and I'm excited. I got this for her for Christmas, like, I guess last year.
I think there's a murder.
I know there's a murder, but I don't think it's, like, about the murder. I think, like, it's not a murder mystery, but I think there is, like,
murder aspect.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. So I was gonna try and give you a wrap up, but I'm like, I really
have no idea. There's a mystery for sure.
I guess Noah's like off the coast of North Carolina, and then someone's found dead, and they like suspect the person they call the Marsh Girl, but I don't know why she's called the Marsh Girl. I think she just really likes nature. I'm assuming.
We're giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. So It's kind of cruel, not, but anyway, she's like the main suspect, and I think it's about her life. And did she do it? I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yes, I'll be reading this with Mom. I think I'm starting it soon. Book with a sibling relationship. You guys know I have to throw in my contemporary romances, so I will be finishing the Brown Sisters trilogy by reading Nanny Brown. I read it out of order. Yes, I know. I went straight to Eve once I read Chloe, and Eve is honestly superior, but we'll see how Danny fits, because I really may love it. I may love it the most, but I'm excited to read this.
Yeah, because Danny's a workaholic.
She is.
So
and I love a fake dating trope.
Yeah, this might be like your book.
A fake dating trope really might just...
It all depends on the romance.
Yes, but like it's already immediately...
because like the pieces are there.
Like when you have to pretend to date someone. Anyway, we don't have to get into it, but pretty much that's what happens. She works in the office all the time. She gets locked somehow in the office with the janitor. Something crazy happens. They have to pretend to date. Obviously, they fall in love.
He's the janitor?
I think he's the janitor. Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, the big brooding security guard. Excuse me.
Okay.
But yes.
Him and Red have similar roles. Interesting.
Yeah, he's the security guard. Excuse me. But yes.
Cool.
And I think that is it. There is a binge read. I don't know what that will be for me because I am a mood reader. So I may find a book that I've been wanting to read and binge it, and that will be what it is. But that is all of the prompts I'll be reading for Studio Ghibli Readathon. And all my buddy reads. Honestly, I think I'm just going to put Wolfsong there. Because I don't,
in the binge read?
In the binge read, just to make it work. We are also going to be doing a buddy read with Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads. She pretty much was like, you guys are Teen Wolf fans? And I was like, yes, you guys need to read Wolfsong.
Honestly, we should low-key loop Maria in here. She'd probably love it too.
Yeah, we're just probably going to make this a whole thing. But yes. So I'm excited to read this series, and I might binge it. I might not. So that is a potential binge read spot.
I feel like that's right up my alley.
Yeah, you'll probably binge it. I'll probably find another romance to read because I have no control.
Truth.
Yeah.
Truth.
Like, I have so many I haven't read. I'm like, it's just all the romances just call my name. Like...
And then on top of all of that, of course, we are going to be doing our group read, which is Howl's Moving Castle. You know, this follows closely to the anime, and yeah, there are some slight differences, but pretty much the same as the anime.
I'm sure I forgot some things. I think I have like a collab coming out. I don't know the dates, because you know.
Last read along that I'm going to be participating in this month is a read along for Katie Can't Read's channel. It is the Alice Oseman read along. So we are basically reading all of Alice Oseman's books, starting with the Heartstopper series. So I have already read the first 3 volumes of that. So I'm going to be reading the 4th volume, as well as 2 of her books, so Solitaire and Radio Silence. All of these books pretty much center around the characters in Heartstopper, and there are like extra books that are going to be going on with this read along. I'm going to link everything below, so if you guys want to join, there is a Discord for that, as well as all the books that we're going to be reading throughout. I believe it's a summer read along, so we're going to be reading up until like August, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but yes, I already have a head start because I've already read the first 3 volumes. But yeah, I'm really excited because, you know, the 4th volume just came out and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to read my guys.
I love them.
Nick and Charlie. Anyway, so that is the other thing that I'm going to be participating in this month, along with, you know, all the other 20 billion things that
we've got a lot blacked in. Like, we didn't even, I don't even know if we really touched the surface.
We didn't.
This is just the Studio Ghibli buddy reads. Readathongs we're trying to do, like the general announcement of the month, but there is so much more planned for you guys.
It's true.
So I just
be on the lookout, horses, you know, stay in your seat, buckle up,
and pray for us.
And really pray for us, yeah. I really am trying to black out the board, but I didn't want it to be that long of a video, so
I was like confused because I thought you were saying you were gonna list it. That's why I was like, okay.
Oh no! Because I would never do that to y'all.
If that's the case, I would have just went back and forth like normal.
Well, plus, like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to read every single book, so I'm just gonna let it be a little surprise at the end of the month. You know, if I black it out, which I will, we'll see what those books are. But I have them all picked out already. We have a fun little thing coming out for you guys in the next couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that, as well as please participate in the Studio Ghibli Readathon. We would love to hear from you and see what you guys are reading. Tag us if you guys are, doing our prompts, our tags. Not saying that, I spent a lot of time on those cards, but I did. And I would love it if you used it. It would bring me much joy. So yeah.
They're very cute.
They are. Good job.
Okay. You're supposed to say thank you.
Oh, thanks. You want to do the intro? I
already done the intro today.
The outro?
No, that's fine.
Oh, you're only doing one nowadays? I'll do it.
You should do it, or this will never end.
Okay. Guys, remember again in that pinned comment down below, if you
Enough. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a blast. Again, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And
I love how I did that.
And
good job.
If you want to see more of us and know when we're coming out, hit the subscribe and the notification button.
To know when we're coming out.
With videos. Coming out with videos.
Please comment down below if you guys are participating with the Studio Ghibli Readathon. And also if you want Monique to do the intros from now on. Thank you so much for watching. And until our next video, literally going to be in a couple days, guys. We'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah.
We're excited. We're just,
I've gotten kind of nervous making videos. Just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
What?
Alright, guys. Until the next one. See you later. Bye. Look at that. Done.
You did it.
I can't believe. Never mind. It's gonna just be me doing the intro. It's fine. It's whatever.
Just the next 4 videos.
That's not so many,
It's really not.